Call of Duty has been one of the most popular video game franchises for nearly 2 decades now. Sitting at 425 million lifetime sales across the series, the franchise is only behind Tetris and Super Mario in terms of all-time popularity. Since 2009, Call of Duty games have topped the yearly US sales charts, the NPDs, on 11 out of 13 years, only ever getting knocked out of that spot by Rockstar, once with Grand Theft Auto 5 and once with Red Dead Redemption 2. Despite the Call of Duty games launching in November, or sometimes the end of October, they still manage to outsell every other game nearly every single year. So with Warzone being free to play, so you don't need to buy a copy of Call of Duty to play that, what is making Call of Duty so popular? While different people buy COD for different reasons, I think most would agree that the main draw is multiplayer. Call of Duty multiplayer has evolved constantly. Call of Duty 1 to 3 took a fairly conventional approach to multiplayer, featuring online team deathmatches and capture the flag modes, and a couple of interesting quirks like search and destroy in the beginnings of a progression system, but the mode we fell in love with really started with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which laid the foundation for every Call of Duty since, with kill streaks, perks, and a detailed rank system for players to work through. I've asked my Twitter followers why they like Call of Duty's multiplayer over other first-person shooter games, and in this video we're going to answer the question, why do people like Call of Duty multiplayer? One of the most mentioned features in the replies was movement. FaZe Games said, "The fast pace and the movement is something I've not found in other first-person shooter games. I always end up coming back to COD for that reason." Codename Pizza said, "To me, COD has always felt smooth. It's kinda hard to explain, but most of the other FPS games to me feel clunky. It's potentially because over the past 15 years of playing COD, I've just become incredibly accustomed to the movement or animations." Call of Duty's always had a commitment to making sure their games run at 60 frames per second, even on console. Even before that was the standard, and the smooth, fluid animations and responsive controls meant that playing a Call of Duty game has always felt fast and consistent. Recent games have kept trying to improve that formula, experimenting with different ways of mantling, sliding, dolphin diving, and features like tactical sprint. The developers are constantly trying to stay ahead of the competition when it comes to having an FPS that feels like no other. Just KCO said, "COD is way smoother and has a much better gameplay feel than any other FPS, especially on controller." And this is a big one for me too. Many modern FPS games have their roots in PC gaming, with Battlefield being the obvious standout. They were designed around keyboard and mouse, and controller support came later. Call of Duty did start as a PC game as well with the original, but at least for Modern Warfare, the series found a real home on console and really refined how an FPS game should feel on controller. It's almost become the standard now, with many new FPS games using the same button layout and movement options as Call of Duty, so players will kind of feel at home with the game. Twilight Panda said, "It's one of the few games that lets you change your weapon drastically in feel, performance and look. Not just talking about skins, but each attachment changes the gun's appearance." Burrito Bandit 142 said, "I like how it doesn't take itself seriously, cosmetic wise." Anoya said, "Camos are a huge plus." Call of Duty's kept a fairly steady system of progression over the years, where you spend your first few levels unlocking weapons and attachments that let you customize the way your guns perform to suit your playstyle, and then had increasingly difficult challenges to unlock camos, with special rewards for those who are willing to complete every single challenge. This means players always have something to work towards over the long term. Even if they don't necessarily win the games they're playing, the time spent doesn't feel wasted. Interestingly, I don't think Call of Duty's ever had a custom character creator, instead relying on different operators and skins to choose between, but guns almost serve that purpose of having your own character. In some games you could even design your own decals to place on the weapons, with some people creating incredible art, and obviously some people creating other things. Expert Fusion said, "Score streaks. They add an extra goal aside from just winning the game and are incredibly fun." This for me is one of the biggest draws to Call of Duty multiplayer, and the thing that keeps me playing longer than other games. In a normal game of team deathmatch on other games, your only objective really is to win the match, and maybe get to the top of the leaderboard. This means you rarely get exciting moments or much of like a narrative within a match. There's no story to your gameplay. Instead, it's all about a team effort, and most of the time you won't even know most of the people on your team and you have no control over how good they are. So if the match is going well, you might not feel like you've had that much of an impact, and if the match is going badly, you'll just blame all of your team. This can make games frustrating, especially when you don't feel like you've had a big impact on the game. But in Call of Duty, you always have an objective to complete with every single life. You want to get better score streaks. So starting out with simple ones for getting a handful of kills, you're quickly rewarded for having a decent life and getting a few good shots, with more information from a UAV or a quick fun kill streak like guided missiles or explosive remote control cars. If you manage to keep it going, you get increasingly more spectacular ways to show off how well you're doing, as well as potentially turning the tables of the match. Getting those high-end kill streaks is always a thrill. Not only is it huge amounts of fun to dominate a map with a powerful AC-130 or a pack of dogs swarming the battlefield, but everyone else can see how well you're doing and your team will be happy that you're such a demon. Getting that top kill streak, the nuke or the V2 rocket, might be something very few players will ever achieve. I've literally never had one. I think I've only ever seen 2 in all of the years I've been playing Call of Duty. But it's the sort of thing that you're going to tell stories about and share with your friends. It gives you something to aim towards. And even if you end up coming just short of it, you lose out on 2 kills, that's still a narrative. That's an interesting thing that's happened. Score streaks create a narrative with every life in Call of Duty multiplayer, and that's something very few other respawn-focused multiplayer games can do. DankDan15 said, "Honestly, my favourite thing is the memories it makes. I've made friends over the course of 20 years in COD, and honestly, it's the party modes. There's nothing like breaking out sticks and stones after a long day at work to unwind and laugh with friends, old and new." And it can't be overestimated how important familiarity is to a game. Call of Duty's been running for decades, and for many people, it was their introduction to multiplayer FPS games, and the one they've spent the most time playing with their friends. While COD games evolve dramatically over time, if you spent hundreds of hours playing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare with a group of friends in school, they could probably pick up Vanguard now or Modern Warfare 2 and still know how to play well enough to have a lot of fun all over again. It also helps that because Call of Duty is so popular, it's something you can easily bond with other gamers over. So many people have played Call of Duty, so many people have a favourite COD, a favourite map, a favourite mode, a favourite gun. The Call of Duty community is huge, and however you like to play, there's probably a group out there who'd love to squad up with you. So there we have it. That's why I think people like Call of Duty multiplayer. If you've got other reasons, other things you like about Call of Duty multiplayer, let me know in the comments. I'm not interested in things you don't like about Call of Duty or people saying which Call of Duty they think let the series die or whatever. I think all of that stuff's nonsense. But if you've got something that you love about Call of Duty that wasn't mentioned here, maybe something about the map design, maybe something about the shooting mechanics, whatever it is, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If this video does well, this is the beginning of a new series on the channel, and next up is Call of Duty campaigns. So let me know in the comments as well what you like about Call of Duty campaign modes, and then you could be featured in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.